What up, everyone? Tosh here. Today we're going to do a little bit of a DeFi Kingdoms economy update. So much has happened in the past couple weeks since we even looked at the Jewel charts. I think Jewel was still like $1.80 when last time we looked at the charts. It's gone way crazy from there, so we're going to investigate that. We're also going to talk a little bit about the tiers price, the Gaia's tiers, and do a little bit of speculation about that. We're also going to talk about heroes in the underground marketplace, my strategy, and what I think is going to happen in the near future with the marketplace launch, and also talk about how this upcoming land screenshot is going to affect the economy too. So lots of cool things coming up. You're not going to want to miss this. If you like this style of DeFi Kingdoms content, I encourage you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. All the support helps so much, and it's thanks to you guys that we can do all of these cool things. Thanks for all the support, and we can continue growing as a community. We all gonna make it here, crew. Final reminder before we hop into our content is that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice, used for informational purposes only. Make sure you guys are safe out there, and make sure you only invest what you are able to. Last thing I just want to mention is that I'm going out of town tomorrow, so content might be a little bit slower. You may see a little bit less of me on Discord. Don't worry, I'll still be around, and we're going to come back with some really cool stuff in the week after. I'll still have my laptop and stuff for me, so you'll still probably get some updates and hear from me every once in a while. Alright, first thing I think we need to look at is just DeFi Kingdoms as a whole on the DEX. So, whoa there, bud. We've got 123 million in liquidity now on the DEX. That's amazing. DeFi Kingdoms is now the largest DEX on Harmony, outbeating Sushi by over 20 million. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So DeFi Kingdoms just in like 6-7 weeks did this. Absolutely insane. I got into DeFi Kingdoms, and I think there's about 3 million in liquidity. Literally, I saw this bar and I'm like, oh, that's the best we're gonna get. And we took a couple days, but then we just plummeted through that really fast. Look at this today. Like we've seen recent days with about 20 million getting invested into this DEX. Insane. So very cool. Just overall, DeFi Kingdoms is crazy. So right now the total value locked into DeFi Kingdoms is at 160 million. Again, that's almost 130 million into the liquidity pools, 30 million in the bank. Amazing. This game was at 5 million when I joined it in just 6 or 7 weeks. 6 weeks or so, that has gone up an insane amount. Wow. Let's now take a little bit of look at the Jewel action. So like I said, I think the last time we looked at this was around $1.80 or so. That was just like 10 days ago. If you've been watching JewelBot, you know Jewel is pretty much unstoppable. Through this, there have been very few dips. A couple, like the biggest dips that we've had have been about 30 to 40 cents. We've had huge climbs up. I think this huge climb actually was when summoning was launched, so people were really eager to buy the Gen 0 or the Gen 1 heroes that were being summoned. People were just spending Jewel like crazy on actually summoning because it does get expensive. So there was a big price up from there, and I think just like how smooth the launch went made the price of Jewel really bullish. We saw a little dips. I think this is healthy to retrace a little bit, like especially after huge spikes like that. We've been seeing lots of huge spikes recently. So this was a really interesting dip that we had 2 days ago. We got up to about 365, and then it dipped down to about 325. Like everybody in JewelBot and price discussion were like FOMOing a little bit. I'm like, guys, Jewel is unstoppable. It's gonna retrace, and boom, what it did is it shot up right to its all-time high at 395 or so. So very close. Didn't break the $4 mark, but I feel like it's gonna do that anytime really soon. Right now we're sitting at a really healthy $3.84 per Jewel. So Jewel's getting expensive. It is affecting summoning costs. It is kind of expensive to produce one of these NFTs now that the price is going up, especially now that the Gen Zeros have used so many of their cooldowns on average and increasing that price gradually. So one event to look out for that's probably going to have a decent impact on Jewel is the land screenshot coming. So very similar to the Gen 0 screenshot that they did, it's going to be anybody that holds 5k or more X Jewels in the bank. You get 1 ticket for 5,000 X Jewels, and then for every 5,000 after that, you can get 2 more tickets for this raffle. There's going to be 25 land plots that are going to be raffled off. The raffle itself is probably going to be later, so they're just snapshotting here. Don't expect to have the winner be announced anytime soon. I feel like they're going to announce that when it gets closer to the land release. Also, what was really cool is that they just announced that there's going to be a second land screenshot on November 15th. So brand new details that they just opened up to us. That was going to be for another 25 land plots. So those 2 events are going to affect Jewel a lot. I think people are going to be stacking their bags up until that screenshot point. What's interesting with this one is that when we had the Gen 0 screenshot, like the Gen 0s were coming out pretty shortly after, so people were still stocking up Jewel the whole time. I think we might see a bigger crash after this snapshot because the land is not going to be available for purchase. But if the marketplace times up, that could actually like retrace that crash. So who really knows what's going to happen? Those are my thoughts. I think both those variables are going to affect the price in opposite directions. So we'll see which one actually trumps. I think we'll see a pretty drastic change in both directions fairly quickly upon those 2 events. Let's talk a little bit about Gaia's tiers. So I think this chart is actually messing up. It looks a little bit inaccurate right now. But when we first got airdropped those tiers, people were kind of playing around with selling them. I was even playing around with selling them a little bit. I kind of regret that decision, but oh well, you win some, you lose some. So initially tier price was about like $8 to $9. It was actually a decent amount in Jewel because Jewel was a much lower price back then, 6 days ago. And then when summoning launched, we saw a pretty big shout in the demand for tiers, obviously increasing that price pretty significantly. So got all the way up to $21 a tier. Like, what? To summon a basic hero, that's more than like $400 in tiers right there. So woof. If you just get like a common there, it's hard to get reclaim that. Luckily we got another airdrop in. Everybody got 40 more tiers per Gen 0, so that was really nice. We saw some people sell off there. Today tiers are about 3 Jewel a piece. So at about 380, that's about $11 to $12 per piece. Times 20 tiers, it's still pretty expensive to summon one of these NFTs. So definitely something to keep in mind. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen with tiers. I think since there have been so many delays with the marketplace and questing that we're probably going to get another airdrop. My speculation is that the airdrop is going to come with the marketplace. So once the marketplace gets launched, they're going to want to make sure that heroes are actually there so for everybody to purchase, especially if we're getting marketing up and getting more players into the game, which is going to be just bullish for the community in general. And this community is already so good at just linking people in and hooking everybody up and finding an easy way to get access to this game. So I think that's going to happen. I would expect it to happen, but don't yell at me if it doesn't. But hopefully Frisky Fox will arrange some tiers on us, and then we can summon some more heroes without paying a bunch of money. When questing gets released, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the tier price. So there's going to be a lot more tiers coming into the market because everybody is going to be getting them from questing. But who knows what that ratio is going to be? I would expect that there's going to be a pretty drastic drop in the tier price, which is really good for just to keep the economy alive and keep producing more heroes. I would love to see, like, once we get the marketplace rolling, like what the stats are between like heroes being produced and heroes being purchased, and especially by new players. Those would be some really cool data to look at. So what's kind of interesting too is comparing Gaia's tiers to the Smooth Love Potion from Axie Infinity. So with the Smooth Love Potion, if you're not familiar, the economy has been very unsustainable with it. There's too many players earning it, and it's being earned at a very fast rate, and the price is just tanked really hard. And I'm curious, like, if something like that would happen to Gaia's tiers. One really nice mechanic that I think is going to prevent that is adding additional tiers into summoning. So you can use up to 200 tiers for per hero, so up to 400 tiers total, to increase the base stats of your hero that's summoned. So for the whales later on, and those trying to get really deep into the game and craft the best heroes, that's going to use up a lot of these tiers, and I think it's actually going to help sustain the price over time, much better than Smooth Blood Potion has. Let's talk a little bit about hero prices. So first up with our Gen Zeros. If you're also not familiar, there are trades being happening through the DFK escrow service. Very nice service that's being provided. Very trustworthy people to have a middle person to send between, so for assets. So make sure you have a trusted exchange. Please don't get ripped off by scammers. There's lots of people doing that out there, and if you need to, I'm happy to escrow things for you too if escrows are not available. So with Gen Zeros, they have found their floor price. Jewel's getting a lot more expensive, so that is definitely playing a factor into the prices here. So Jewel at the mint was $1.30, and now Jewel is $3.80. So obviously very different from that price. Gen Zeros did find their floor around 2,500 jewels. So if you are selling your Gen Zeros, I'm trying to get at least that mark. It seems to be kind of the bare minimum, and it should be easy, especially if you wait like a day or two to try to sell it. So 25 minimum, 100 seems to be the floor, and that's for a pretty basic Gen Zero. So like the stats might not really match that well. You know, the classes aren't that desirable. Right now the miners tend to be most desirable just because people are eager to unlock their locked jewel. But who actually knows what's going to be the best professions? I think that might actually change later on, but we will see. For our legendaries, I've seen the floor be about 4 to 4.5k, and again that's going to be for non-shinies. And pretty average legendaries. And then for mythics, I've seen the floor be about 10 to 11k. They are very desirable right now. They're not that many mythics, and these mythics are maintaining their floor very nicely. Please know that these are all floor prices. So if your hero is shiny, if your hero is a miner, if your hero has all of its stats line up, if their hero has a really cool name or feature or is summoning really good heroes, all of those things might actually amp up the price, and then it might be a several thousand jewel amp up depending on what features your hero has. So keep that in mind. It'll be really interesting to see what the marketplace does to this. My speculation is actually going to increase the floor because I think some of the whales will be out there swooping up Gen Zeros. As far as our other heroes, let's talk about Gen 1s and beyond. I haven't really looked at the prices for heroes beyond Gen 1. I think they are typically slightly more expensive just because the summoning costs are expensive, but I don't really know. And it's really interesting, and we'll see how that market actually plays out. But always, the more refined heroes are going to be more valuable. So what I've been seeing is that commons are anywhere between 75 and 100 floor. I've seen uncommons anywhere between 85 and 110 floor. Our rares I've seen anywhere between 100 and 150 floor. And then mythics, legendaries are next. Legendaries I've seen about 250 floor, and mythics are about 500 to 600 floor. So mythic's a pretty good pull right now. Like if you pull a mythic, it's like, whoa, that's like a $2,100 NFT. Pretty sweet. And you can get that pretty easily. Most mythics you could actually get significantly more. Please note that those are all floor prices. So if you, again, same kind of things. If your hero is shiny, if your hero has good stat alignment, if your hero has really cool features, if your hero is an advanced class, when we're talking about later generations, all of those things are going to really amp up the price of that hero. Alright folks, let's talk strategy. So what I've been doing, you may have seen me in the different trade channels, but I've actually been swooping up a lot of heroes recently. So mostly just like commons, uncommons, a couple rares. I'm trying to get cheap prices on these. I'm buying just the recycled heroes that people don't really want to give them a go myself. I work on a computer all the time. So one of the reasons I did this is because when questing comes out, with some of like my weaker heroes, I'm just going to have them fish or forage and have those run pretty constantly. And that's going to give me a really nice supply of tiers that I can start messing around with some more summons with. So I'm also looking to get more summons with these advanced classes. I bought this awesome paladin. He's a perfect gardener. So I'm really looking forward to getting another summon or a summon off with him. But right now, 80 tiers, just a little too rich for my blood. But we will see. It's very cool. It's very cool. But I like that paladin a lot. I want to get some summons off. Also, like when the marketplace comes off, that I think some of these guys are gonna, like the floor is gonna be higher than what I've been purchasing them at. So again, I've been putting my purchases at bare floor, and whatever comes. I've just been buying it. I plan on like keeping these for giveaways and stuff too. So look out for those. I'm also trying to get some of my friends into DFK. So I'm like, hey, if you put like a couple $100 in DFK, I'll give you your first hero too. So just another reason why I'm stocking up, getting my friends into the game, and hopefully unlocking some financial freedom for them too. But if worst comes to worst, like I'm just gonna be fishing and foraging with these guys mostly. I want to get a lot of those tiers. I think the tier price is gonna still be pretty high for a couple weeks of after questing comes out. So I'm gonna try to take advantage of that high price and try to get as many as possible. I also like really want to get one of those pet eggs and just more chances at like bags of jewel and stuff. So yeah, fishing and foraging is what I'm gonna be doing with my big soiree of heroes. So gonna be really fun. And then I'm gonna be playing the marketplace a lot. Like I grew up on the World of Warcraft auction house, so this is just so natural for me. So yeah, I'm gonna be making some good flips, and it's gonna be fun. So looking forward to all of that coming out in the coming days. Well, that is all for the market update. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks all for your support. I figured like I'd just throw a fun summoning video in after this. So if you want to check that out, I've summoned something pretty cool, so stay tuned. Oh ho ho, it's time to summon, baby. Alright, I was gonna try something new with the archer and the wizard, but I just want more Dark Knights. So I'm gonna go Archer Knight again. We're doing it. We're doing it live. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. We need to put the thief. So yeah, Archer Knight with double thief. So it's gotten me 2 Dark Knights so far. I really want to get another Dark Knight. I've got this paladin I want to breed with, or summon with, whatever. Here we go. Let's get an NFT. Hope it's dank. I mean, we got Mr. Haggle Bluetail. He puts a pretty good shot at making good heroes, if you get what I'm saying. Oh man, let's see what we get. Hey guys, if you're still watching this video, there's actually a giveaway, and you should find that in the description below. I'm giving away a hero. You want to see the hero I'm giving away? It's pretty cool. This could be yours. Hoter Erranda. Pretty cool. Thank you to Yepex, who got me this hero for a giveaway, so thank him. And but that form is in the description. Make sure you don't miss that, only for people who are actually still watching the video. All right, where's my NFT crystal? Let's see, open it up. 0.021, that's so much one. Oh my gosh. What we gonna get? Give me that Dark Knight. Oh yeah, Dark Knight. That's what's up. Ooh, he's a green and a shiny. Sweet. All right, Cubeus Dream Draft. Let's check them. They're both minors, and they never get the Dark Knight minors. That's okay. He's got int and luck. Those stats, man, they're so good. 14 strength, 12 fight, 10 int. Not bad. Gardener. We'll take him. He's shiny too. Shiny green Dark Knight. Not bad, not bad. I'm glad we did this pair. The Dark Knights are very good, very good.